best real-life example you've seen of the saying, give the hardest job to the laziest person because they'll find the easiest way to do it. At our tech company, upper management couldn't figure out why it took 3 hours to process customer refunds. They hired consultants, conducted studies, and wasted months trying to optimize the system. Meanwhile, Oscar, our office's most notorious slacker, handled refunds in between his Netflix marathons and 2-hour lunch breaks. One day, our CEO came storming into the office. A high-profile client was threatening legal action over a delayed $50,000 refund. He pointed at Oscar, who was half asleep at his desk. You, process this refund immediately. Everyone expected disaster. Oscar barely looked up from his phone and mumbled, give me 5 minutes. The CEO stood there, face getting redder by the second. But exactly 4 minutes later, Oscar announced, done. The CEO checked his phone. The client had already confirmed receipt. That's when all hell broke loose. The head of operations demanded to know how Oscar had processed a refund in minutes when their optimized system took hours. Oscar just shrugged and said, I wrote a script that automates everything. Turns out, while everyone else was following the 47-step refund procedure, Oscar had spent one afternoon coding a program that did it automatically. He'd been using it for months, finishing his work in minutes while pretending it took hours so he could watch YouTube videos. The CEO was furious, not at Oscar but at everyone else. You're telling me this kid solved a problem that's cost us millions in lost clients and consulting fees just because he was too lazy to do it the hard way? Management called an emergency meeting. They made Oscar demonstrate his script, which revealed how ridiculously overcomplicated our system was. His program bypassed 30 unnecessary approval steps, 4 redundant verification processes, and 3 separate departments. The next day, Oscar got called into the CTO's office. Instead of being fired for bypassing protocols, they offered him a promotion to head a new automation department. His first project? Finding other inefficient processes to streamline. Oscar accepted on 3 conditions. He could work from home, have flexible hours, and keep his mini fridge. The company agreed instantly. Within 6 months, his team of self-proclaimed lazy programmers had automated 70% of our manual processes. But here's where it gets interesting. The other departments started sabotaging Oscar's projects. They'd intentionally break his automated systems and claim they were unreliable. People were terrified his efficiency improvements would make their jobs obsolete. Oscar didn't even bother fighting back. He just called another meeting and pulled up a screen showing every employee who deliberately corrupted his code, along with timestamps and their digital fingerprints. He'd automated the process of catching people who tried to break his automation. The saboteurs got fired, but Oscar hired them all for his team. They're smart enough to hack my systems, he said, but too lazy to do it without leaving traces. Perfect combination. 3 years later, our company's processing times are down 90%. Oscar's department has saved the company $50 million in operational costs. He still takes 2-hour lunches and watches Netflix at his desk. But now he does it while his automated systems handle work that used to take hundreds of people. Last month, a rival company offered Oscar triple his salary to jump ship. He declined by sending an automated response. Writing resignation letters is too much work. The CEO immediately doubled his pay and added a second mini fridge to his office. Yesterday, I overheard our CFO complaining that Oscar's entire department seems to do nothing all day. The CEO just laughed and said, last quarter, their nothing saved us more money than every other department combined.